put me down. You better give it up, yeah, give it up. Quit your messing around.
Here we are. We've had a great week in Newcastle and we're just about ready to leave on our way to Dunedoo, Corrobra Hall via Gulgong and start the tour in Tamworth on Friday. So we're heading west. John Deere heads west. Rock and roll, dudes.
She was born to a timber cutter's son in a mining town where the steam trains run along the tracks, pulling their load in their iron buckets full of jet black coal. Daddy worked hard from dawn to dusk out on the jetty where the coal would end up. When the tide was right, the ship would come in and they'd fill it up and sail it out again. Riding home on his old grey mare, like to stop at the pub to have a 1-2 beers. Tonight was different, you better get along. His darling wife was almost 9 months gone. Coming through the gate in the clear moonlight, a candle in the window burning bright. It heard a little sound it never heard before, and with his heart in his hands he opened the door, and there she was.
I suppose we got an email from him to say he and the band were coming to Tamworth. Why didn't they come to our hall that we'd rebuilt and do a gig here? So here they are. We couldn't have been more happy.
This year is the 100th anniversary of Corrobra Hall. It's been here since 1915 and we wanted some special events to let people know about the hall and the fact that it's here now and ready to be used again. And so we thought what a good way to start the 100th anniversary year of Corrobra Hall with a show like this. So we've promoted it and people are coming from all over New South Wales really, because they're very excited by the prospect of coming to a show in a genuine old Australian country hall with a really, really exciting country music band.
Beautiful brown eyes, and he'd pick her up and he'd smell her skin, and he'd try not to cry, and she'd hold his hand under the evening sky. Said I love you more than I can say, and the sun is shining brighter every day. say angels live in heaven. I guess that much is true. But I know we've got our own here with me and you. And when I come home every night, you know the first thing that I'll do when I see her smile, beautiful brown eyes. Yeah, I'll pick her up and I'll smell her skin, and I'll try not to cry, and I'll hold her hand and she'll squeeze it tight. Said I love you more than I can say, and the sun is shining brighter every day. Girl from the bay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Lord, they make me oh so much. They pick me up when I'm feeling blue now. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming on you. Sweet home.
It means, well, in our case, we had lots of convicts, prisoners, sent from England, Ireland, Scotland to 250 years ago. And so they brought their folk music with them. And so a lot of our music has developed from that. But at the same time, like every other place in the world, during the 1920s, 30s, we got a lot of American radio, so we started hearing hillbilly music, and that was very popular as well. So country music in Australia has been very popular for, what are we now, 50, 60, 70 years. And there's a very special Australian country music which is centred around a thing called the bush ballad. Now, that doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. So that's our... And we're a sort of cross between that old-time country and a bit of rock and roll.
I saw him and me today, and I just couldn't look away. That little guy with his big brown eyes and smile like the man on the moon. 'Cause he just turned 5 years old, and that's when it all begins, I suppose. Scraping your knees and not eating your greens in, well, kindergarten school. Well, he was wearing a drawn-on beard and mustache, sheriff's badge and a cowboy hat, dreaming dreams about riding wild horses. Had his Indian friends sitting in a row, tied them all up, then let them all go. The best little lawman they had and all the forces. Every day's a diamond, shining in the sun. And it's feeling just so
Rock and roll!
I'm a golden boy, you know you're my pride and joy, my little angel, you're my angel, you. Yeah, let's go. Then his little sister came bouncing along. She was stomping her feet and singing a song about a cat and a fiddle, a hey diddle diddle, and a cow and a dish and a spoon. Well, jumping up and down and dancing all around, can't help but smile at the sweet little frown, and a rose of red cheeks, a tiny little feet, and a perfect little tune. Well, she was wearing a daisy chain in her hair, even made one for her favorite teddy bear. Put it on his head, she just started laughing. Then she picked him up and poured him in a toy pram, wheeled him around, showed all the little friends, princess with a crown, ruby red lips and smiling. Every day's a diamond, shining in the sunlight, and it's feeling just so right when I'm being with you. little angel, you're my angel.
A good time. Jim Beam.
And here comes Mama, there ain't no other who's so beautiful to me.
I love it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to dance to make fools of ourselves, but most of all, the music is wonderful.
John D. Band, John D. Band, John D. Band.
Country music is about having fun, and the guys are doing a great job out the front there. John Deere Band, love to have them here every year. They're fantastic. Excellent festival this year. We had lots of people. We get people from all over Australia. We actually get people from all over the world. So, including this guy here. This is Roger from the Bushwhackers.
Hello.
He's an awesome guy, and they're a fantastic band, one of Australia's best. And you should come and see them if you come over to our country.
It's feeling just so right when I'm being with you. You're my golden boy. You know she's my pride and joy. You're my angels, you're my angels, I saw us in them today, and I just couldn't look away. Those little guys with the big brown eyes and the smiles just as big as the moon.
Look what you're doing to your wife. Bashing her all over Washington.